Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and I got Crawler with me. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
If you guys want to hear Johnny and Cheesy, you got to go to a different show. It's called the Communications Error Podcast. So go listen over there. Cheesy's finishing up It Takes Two with his wife, and Johnny is enjoying the wonderful world of Disney.
Yep.
And all that is Disney. So
and the 30 seconds of Tron roller coaster, I guess that is
the 30 seconds of that conversation was hilarious. So yeah, so it's just us. Sorry. And we're gonna be kind of taking a look back at the year. I also, Crawler doesn't know this, but we're gonna talk a little bit about, I kind of want to do some 3DS like community nights. And the reason is the online goes away in April. We no longer can play online on Wii U or 3DS.
Gotta get our golf in while the golf is good.
Yeah, and some Mario Kart 7, and maybe even visiting some Animal Crossing. Like, there's stuff to do. And so I just think it'd be fun, especially with like Spot Pass and Street Pass and all that stuff. It's such a fun system. It was a great system, and it's honestly it's probably I don't care that much about the Wii U going away because I feel like we got all that stuff, but like this is now kind of lost to history. Like we may not, or lost to the past. Like we may not see a lot of these games again.
Yep.
Because of the whole dual screen setup, and like, they could do it. The Wii U, they gave options to be able to play these dual screens, and because it was a lower resolution, it made sense to put them side by side on the big screen, or put one bigger and one smaller kind of thing. So who knows? There may be an option in the future, but if you have a 3DS, stay tuned to the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord, because we are going to be doing a few. And when I say community game nights, I mean jump in the cord, everybody get into voice, and we play and chat and just kind of reminisce. And I might even hit the record button and just turn it into some episodes of NPC as we take a stroll down memory lane with the 3DS. It was a fantastic system, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But before we do, we're going to talk about this year, right? And part of this year is going to be looking back on some of the biggest, like our most memorable, like Nintendo events, right? And I know if Cheesy had been here, I'm sure he would have talked about Super Nintendo World and that. But as you look back on this year, Crawler, what were some of your most fond memories?
Well, the easiest one is getting to gate crash at Nintendo Live for what, three of the I went 3 of the 4 days because I went home early.
Yeah.
But just getting to spend like a whole lot more time than the average person that did get into Nintendo Live, and I feel like we even missed out on some stuff. Like we didn't optimize our time. Like the Mario Kart championships, we were preoccupied, I think, earlier that day that we were doing it. So we could have optimized our time better, but like still getting to experience all that we did. We went to every station. We got all the pins that they had there for playing the games and doing the stuff. Even the older games that they had there, they had really cool things to see with in-person stuff, with the Smash Brothers props and stuff that they had there, and playing in the dojo. Like that was super fun.
Yeah.
It was just a great experience. I hope Nintendo Live didn't get spoiled by the Japanese audience doing what they did, and I hope they find a way to bring it to more. If anything, just doing it at PAX again, because that was definitely the highlight of PAX and how we spent our time when we were there.
Oh, no question. Yeah, that was like, I mean, one of the most memorable things in my life, honestly, when it comes to anything Nintendo. Like they were so kind to us, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
I initially walked up and started talking to somebody, and they were like,
we got shot down right away.
there was a cold shoulder, and she was doing her job.
PR response.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm not one to take no for an answer. And I was like, what's that window over there? It says media. He was like, I don't know. You should maybe go over there and talk, but I can't tell you to do that. I was like, noted. And
What was the girl's name that helped us? Was it
oh
what's her
man,
name?
put me on the spot.
I know.
Like,
I'm drawing a blank on her name though right now.
yeah, I
But
don't recall.
she was there every single day and
Yep,
recognized us every single time we came up and talked to her, and she was good to get us our stuff again. She even walked us in, skipping the upstairs part one day, and it was
right.
great.
That was fantastic. Yeah, it was so that was so nice skipping all of those lines, right?
Escalator up and 2 ballrooms and then an escalator down.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. But yeah, just the way they, they went from we went from that cold shoulder to almost being wined and dined. Like, do you guys want a tour? Like, walk to the front. Like, go and check stuff out. Like, I think we're the reason they haven't aired any of the dojo, because they didn't they weren't expecting to see the same people day after day.
There was a guy up there
Um,
that I think he was the initial start of you can go up on stage, but you can't win anything anymore, because he was going like 2 or 3 times through. But
right.
it was definitely in our wheelhouse to get through the first 2 stages of the dojo,
Oh
which was
yeah,
Mario Kart top 2 finish, and then a race on Mario Maker. And after you knew the first time through Mario Maker was the challenge, and once you knew what you were doing, then it was at least they changed it up day to day on Dojo.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. And but also kind of, I mean, was that not kind of like lifelong dream? Like, like you think about movies like The Wizard and
Yeah, it
like,
was unexpected, and I'm glad they were doing it. It was fun.
yeah, it just was like, this is what is this? What are we this is like from an 80s movie right now. What are we
Yeah. But
experiencing,
you bringing that up now makes me upset that like I had been checking like every couple like days on Nintendo's YouTube after we got back, cuz we signed releases on it all, and we said, "Yeah, you can put my picture on the internet," and that kind of stuff. And then I feel like IGN is the one that showcased the most dojo stuff, and that was it. They like Nintendo had an esport like announcement kind of going for the whole thing, and I don't know, they weren't live streaming it, so I'm kind of surprised that they're sitting on that footage.
Yeah, that it is interesting. And maybe they just didn't find stuff that they uh or maybe it's stuff that they're going to use for the next Nintendo Live, just as kind of B-roll or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? If and when there is another Nintendo Live, like. But no, you mentioned like the Mario Kart Championships, and even like I wish we had spent a little bit more time watching some of that stuff live. Like, it didn't really dawn on me to like go and check that, because it was like there was too much. There was too much. They almost should have done, if in a perfect world, all of that stuff would have happened in the evenings. Like
Hmm.
Mario Kart, like after they close the place down, put like have a room for all the esports that could seat way more people. And
Yeah, they had
then,
those 2 giant ballrooms upstairs. They could have just
yeah,
had like you use the ballrooms as the queue in the mornings, but then yeah, have it set up and bring in chairs and stuff, and they could have filled up those. They could have, because I think the other ballroom had collapsible walls. They could have gone all the way back for like those 2.5 ballrooms or whatever, and had that many more people for the esports and for the con. They could have like opened with the concert, Zelda one day, and the Mario Band or whatever one day, or do mini excerpts from both of those like as precursors both times for before the Mario Kart Championships, and then the Smash. They did what? Mario, Smash, and it was Smash Amiibo, and then it was Splatoon, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they could have gotten it broadcast to a wider audience. I'm glad it was like open air and accessible to hear, even if you didn't have a reservation seat for it. So it wasn't blocked off that way, and you could still kind of hear it just being around in the area. But yeah, getting to see more of that would have been cool. And or like I know Cheesy would have been excited if he was there. Like if they could have come up with a way to do a Splatoon idol concert or something like that.
Right. Yeah. The other really cool thing with Nintendo Live was that 80s style room that you could sit in
Yeah,
and do photos.
with
Like
shag carpeting
the
and
yes,
and a
it
giant tube television that had a flat screen on under behind it, but still like yeah.
yes. Yeah, and they had a cool like little area. I mean, it was literally just to promote Nintendo Switch Online, but it was all the retro games that
Hmm.
are on that are accessible through the Switch. And quick little sidebar about that too is like there's so many kids that are playing Wonder probably for the first time, playing Mario, which is
Hmm.
Wonder for the first time this year, right from Christmas. And like if you're a parent and that is one of your kids, you happen to be hearing this, I mean, who knows, that you're probably pretty hardcore into Nintendo if you're listening to a Nintendo podcast, but like introduce them to those older, like the older games. Even, I mean, Super Mario Brothers, yeah, it's a little tough to go back to now after you've seen something like Wonder, but like just to see the origins of that. And by Mario 3 it had kind of come into its own, and then World, of course, was like just fantastic as well. And so it there's plenty of kids out there playing these like the newer versions that have no clue that they even have access to some of those older
Yeah, and you
games.
have
So
on that service you have access to what? One Lost Levels, 2, 3 World. They
Yoshi's
haven't put
Story,
they haven't put Land on GB the Game Boy,
Land
have they?
2,
Into what? Oh,
Land
Super
2.
Mario 2 or World 2. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, Super Mario World 2 and Super Mario Land, the 6 golden coins
true.
is on there, which
But
is
we
huge.
haven't gotten Land yet though, right?
We have not.
That's
No.
surprising. Seeing
Yeah,
that
but
they had the Super Ball or whatever in Mario Maker.
right. Yeah. Yeah, that one's a bit surprising. And like I just picked up Arkanoid on the eShop, which was like Alleyway on the Game Boy, which is I mean it literally has
And that was
Mario.
always a fun Mario little Easter egg. He was in
Yep,
the
in the ship.
yep,
Yeah, and then some of the bonus levels were taking out his face and stuff.
yep.
Like, yeah, those were good.
That
So
was that was the golden age of cover art though, too. Like cuz you had to buy the game based on the cover art.
yes, which is a great segue into the museum at PAX
Yep.
and seeing. I found all that footage. I have
You
yet to
have all that
upload it.
Yeah, you have all
I
like
have
B-roll
I
and
have
A-roll
interviews.
too cuz there's
Yeah.
like interview stuff that we
Yeah, I
did.
I recently came across it. I was like, "Oh, I got to edit this." So, and get him on the show. Like
Yep.
have him come on the show and
And he's
and talk
passionate
about
about all
this.
that stuff too. And they
Oh,
have how much he said like that was like a fifth of what they have or something like that?
yeah, it was a small amount of what they had. So I realized I didn't have the chat open. So what's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for being here. Share your favorite memory of the year, please. Like we want to hear what your favorite Nintendo memory was. Go ahead and write it out in the chat for us. So um like and I'm seeing some old friends here. Jay Bartlett, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I don't know if you're still here. I didn't catch your chat right away, but good to see you. Jay is in the Nintendo Quest, which you can probably find on like Amazon Prime or something. Really really great movie. Became friends from having him on I it might have been it wasn't this show. It was a different, the N64 gaming podcast is what it was called. I had him on there. So um Joe says I played Odyssey for the first time this year. Core memory. So that's pretty awesome. Love hearing that. Did you see the news article? I think I talked about it on the news minute that Odyssey, they did a study, I think in Germany, and um those that suffered from depression, it decreased by 50% from playing Odyssey
Hmm.
compared to uh like standard treatments, and then people that had nothing.
That's
And so
who can be sad listening to Jump Up Superstar?
yeah, exactly. But have you seen all the rhetoric online right now about Peach? Like it's great. Like Peach is
Uh-uh.
trending daily on X, and some people hate the way she was in the movie. She wasn't enough like the the Peach we've known.
What, the
Some people,
damsel?
well, I don't know that it's necessary. Like that she was just um too like fierce and not cuddly enough or something. I don't know. People are wild. It's like it's crazy. Then then the conversation around Odyssey and why is she so cold and blah. I'm just like, yo, you guys
That's
gotta
the
like
equivalent of, like,
go play
telling
your
a woman she
backlog.
should smile more or something like that. Like,
Yeah, like go play your backlog. Get out of here. Like what is going on? How are these the thoughts that occupy your brain? I'm just like, what? Like we're really dissecting the character of Peach? Like that's crazy to me. But whatever. To each to each their own. So but I mean, even speaking, the Mario movie was an event,
yep.
I think,
Well,
for
and just the the video game interface that popped up during the Mario Kart sequence, like that whole kart selection was the best part of that movie, I thought.
yeah, it was great. I love that. And I mean, even though like I don't know, the way they called it blue shell instead of the spiny shell,
Mhm.
like uh, there were just there was a lot of just fun to that movie. But what's interesting is I talked to somebody this week that was like, "Yo, I hated it." And I was like, "Why am I in a Discord with you? Like I don't understand." So um but yeah, it really felt like such a just such a love letter to the fans, and just everything that's the future looks very bright
Yeah.
um for that whole series. So I saw I think IGN did a tweet or a TikTok or something that was like Jack Black being Jack Black at the red carpet for Mario movie, and like
He wore, like, a Bowser tuxedo or whatever.
yes, and he was doing all of his Jack Black like craziness, which was great. So um Joe says, honestly, I can confirm I was kind of happy during that time playing Odyssey. I mean, I had a huge smile on my face while I was playing Odyssey. Like it was like a permagrin, honestly.
Except for
So
Broodals. I could do without the Broodals.
yeah, I mean that kind of it's mainly the end,
Yeah.
the end of the game just really um really was I mean, I enjoyed the whole journey. The bosses were probably the weakest point, but then besides that, the final.
Which unfortunately has been, like, more and more a common thing when it comes to Mario games, just the bosses being less and less challenging and fun.
Except for Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, because I'm trying to how did each of those stages I need to go back and replay that. How did each of those stages end? Did we have it was like an arena fight, wasn't it?
Well, you just continually fought Bowser, right? You'd get
Yeah, that, but I'm saying, like, each of the 4 areas did I think they had, like, was there, like, an arena style fight with some kind of boss?
I honestly don't remember. I was
I
only
forget.
referencing just the Bowser fight because that to me was very, very memorable, and like
Yep.
something like very creative. Making Mario giant was kind of something new and cool. So um uh yeah, that I really enjoyed that. And I mean, Wonder, I know that the discussion was about those boss fights too, but I think the last boss fight was great, you know.
Mhm.
And
That was reminiscent of Super Mario World a little bit with, like, getting something, throwing it, like, interacting with whatever Bowser was in. It wasn't quite this. It wasn't quite the same as like jumping on one of the clown mousers or whatever and throwing it up at him, but it was still good.
Joe said there are some in Bowser's Fury, yes, with Wendy and the other turtle dudes. So I don't it's
Yeah.
been so long since I played
I
it, but
consumed that game pretty quickly when it came out, and then I
yeah.
haven't gone back and I wish Nintendo made it easier to just have a separate save file on a lot of their games on Switch. I feel like
Yes.
that's because that's what's preventing me. I don't want to wipe or create a new. I have another profile, I guess, that I could go start it on, but like, why not just have multiple save files instead of just the one? I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Hopefully that
Maybe
gets
it
fixed in
may have to
Switch
do
too.
with cloud or something. Who knows? But I don't know.
Yeah, I
That
could
may
see
be
that.
the case. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know, looking one of the things for me has been the last like month or two, and just um really kind of like having my joy for gaming be reinvigorated with Mario Kart. Like it has uh I'm just having so much fun. Like I'm having so much fun. And I feel like I'm just being a goofball. Like I've got like my wardrobe is mostly Mario Kart at this point. I have a Mario Kart jacket and the eShop jersey and t-shirts for days, right? Like I got a mug for Christmas. So I've been drinking out of my Mario Kart coffee mug. I'm holding it up right now on the video if you guys are um able to see it on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. But um, it like even to the point that I'm doing a YouTube's kids channel with Mario Kart Hot Wheels, and it's
Yeah, it's gotten you to open up stuff in packaging.
it has, and I've gotten into like um my uncle does a lot of 3D printing. And did I show you the stand that
You
he
did, yeah.
printed?
He
Yeah,
made the victory stand
yeah,
from
and
64 pretty much.
right, and he's also printed me ramps that cause wrecks on Rainbow Road. And like
Are they fit to the Hot Wheels track size?
I designed them and gave him the design and he printed them. And so they're different pitches and stuff. And so like I have a video going out and it's literally just focusing on the crashes, like a lot of it is anyway. And Bowser not only jumps track on top of Yoshi, but flips over him like Top Gun style, like, and then lands backwards on the track and keeps going. And I'm like, this is all of a sudden way more fun. And so,
And you've been
um,
dubbing the game sounds over the video when you've been doing it, and
yes, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The channel's called Mario Kart Races. If you guys want to look it up on YouTube, the crazy thing is, it's got more views in the last 2 weeks than anything on N64 Josh in the last 28 days. Like it has, it's they're neck and neck. Like when you look at the stats and it gives you the last 28 days, except for it's only been going since the 12th of December. So like long form and short form video are both doing really well on the channel. And that's got me so stoked. Like so stoked because it's just I've invested some in like a GoPro and some of the Elgato mini lights and like the stands and the arms, and I can just move that setup and just record different screen. And it's just I'm just having I've set some very specific goals that I want to reach with Mario Kart, and I'm going about it in a number of different ways. And it's just become so much more fun. The YouTube channel, N64 Josh, youtube.com/N64 Josh, mostly going to be Mario Kart content. Today I did the Mario Kart Open. I scored 200. I my initial goal after the first half of the set was 150. I was like, if I can score 150, because it was sweaty. I mean, it was
Hmm.
like I ended up looking, and a lot of the people I was like three of the people I remember racing were in the top 8 or top 10, or three were in the top 10 and four were in the top four of them total were in the top 20. So I was like, these they were pretty sweaty. Some people were way out in front. I'm just like,
Are you
whoa.
limited to how many races you get to do in that?
24 races, shuffles every 4. So you're not playing the same 4 people. But when I went back for the second half, I played mostly bots.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so you still get points, but it didn't like it wasn't quite as satisfying. Like even if I was losing, it was like I'm playing against some of the best, right? Like it was, and 10th with the heart.
In
Yeah, I
Metacart
saw
in
Nate's.
Metacart setups too.
Oh, at one point I was literally surrounded in the that bear the little bear cycle with Yoshis. The only difference was the different colored Yoshis, um but I think one of the things too with Mario Kart is just I've ran into so many different people that like you don't even really, you may not think they're into gaming or anything, but they play Mario Kart. Like that's something they're like, oh yeah, like I talked to a waiter, noticed my tattoo, and he's like, oh, I love playing Mario Kart. I don't play much else, but it just there was just I just keep having these different conversations um around the game, and I'm just having such a great time with it, and I'm really excited for what I think the next game is going to be huge. I I I think it's going to be a game that lasts many years
Wow,
and
this
stays
one's already lasted
updated.
many, many years, so yeah, they're kinda setting a
Exactly.
precedent for themselves.
Yeah. And if the rumors are true, that it's the biggest budget they've ever spent on a game, I think we are going to be in for like just an absolute treat with it, and I can't wait. Honestly, I hope I I hope it's amazing. Really, really, really hope it's amazing. So I'm putting a lot. I'm putting all the cards in right now on Mario Kart. So, but anything else from this last year that really sticks out to you? I know one other thing was just meeting up in person, all of us for the 400th episode. That was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and just putting myself out there, I guess, more this year, and we got together, and then, we did the live episode, we hung out for the weekend, just playing games in person, having a really good time there, and then you and I met up another 2 times this was it 2 times this year? September and October,
Yeah,
I think, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, and that was we did PAX and Nintendo Live at PAX, and then we did, uh, TwitchCon, and we were there for something else doing When We Were Young festival, but, like, TwitchCon was going on the same time, so doing that, and it was just, yeah, good, and Mario came out that same weekend, so we were playing Switch in bed at night as we as we were going to bed, and then waking up and going to TwitchCon, and then yeah, it was good. And then I know you got this 1 year after I did. I built the Bowser behind me this year. Like Nintendo and Lego's partnership is expanding, and we got Animal Crossing coming out this next year. With maybe hopefully more Mario stuff coming out, and they've been doing Sonic stuff, like video games just crossing over with tons of different stuff, and meeting my I mean combining my interests has just been super fun to do. Like the Bowser and the I did the Piranha Plant as well, just like last week, and those two are my top two builds that Lego has done with the Nintendo franchise. And the NES is really great as well, but like the satisfying, like you have Bowser to look forward to, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it.
You've done the cube, the 64 cube.
Oh yeah, I have that up there as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I think maybe Johnny talks real highly of that one too. And
Yeah, it's satisfying to put that together. It's less fun as like Bowser's more tangible in your hands, and same with the Piranha Plant.
got it. Okay. Yeah, what I'm looking forward to doing is incorporating that Bowser in with uh some of the footage for this Hot Wheels stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah,
Um
you could do like a big ol' Bowser when he's punching the track or whatever. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And eventually, as I get more time, I want to up the production value, but I have some ideas to be able to use the lightning bolt and actually shrink the cars. Um, it's just
Some
gonna
Adobe
take
After Effects
it's
going
gonna
on.
take some a little bit, like a little bit of After Effects, and but there's I have practical some practical effects that I'll be able to do without too much
You got a green screen, take some photos of it in green screen and
yeah. Yep.
yep.
There's definitely some ways. So um I don't know. Just it one of the things that's got me the most, it's just got me way more creative. I just feel like I'm um and I mean, I have always been like I need to get everything out as quickly as possible. The content needs to go out as fast as possible. I spent 6 hours editing a 3-minute video, and that 3-minute video now has like more like probably 5,000 views, which is not really common for a lot of my
Brand new
videos.
channels too.
And it's brand new. Like and it's continuing day after day. Like I watched it kind of peak and then it kind of came down and then it's back up and it's just continuing upward. And so like there was something, I don't know if you guys are getting into content creation or thinking about it. Mr. Beast said I would rather spend 200 hours on one video than to put out 200 videos in an hour, because you're going to have a way bigger ROI, and it absolutely seems to be true. So for me, just slowing down and um taking the time just to, I mean, to give you guys a little sneak peek behind the scenes, I just bought a Hot Wheels flatbed so that I can mount my GoPro to the flatbed and follow the cars down the track. Like, uh, and I'm just like, this thing's a little bit top heavy, so I may have to get there's like a GoPro Mini. I may have to get that for this. They make a Hot Wheels car that holds it, but it doesn't hold the current models, so it's not compatible
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Yeah, and it holds like the Session 5, but that
Just go online and get an old GoPro then, because they sell them super cheap on eBay or whatever.
so they have the older one, but the problem with it is you can't swap the battery, and when the battery
Mm,
dies, the thing
it's
dies.
yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'll just get I'm like, I bet they make Hot Wheels flatbeds, sure enough, and so I'll be able to even if I have to just zip tie it to it, like I should be able to get footage of the cars going down
Have your
Rainbow
uncle
Road.
print you something with like a little bit of give with
Yep.
clamps and just clamp it on.
That may be in the works as well. So like it's, I don't know, just I'm having so much fun just creating around Mario Kart. And I don't it was just the other night when I was doing time trials with Firestone, and I was like, I feel like a kid again. And um then I had a friend of mine send me a video. You know who Rick Rubin is, right? Like
Mhm.
the music producer.
Yep.
He talked about how the video was about him saying like, look, artists that create for themselves are the ones that create the art we all want to listen to. But if you create to market something, you're not you're not being true to yourself, right? And so I'm like, for the first time in like 16 years of content creation, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do more what's true to me and stop worrying about what's marketable. And I'm having the
Yeah,
time of
because
my
that
life
comes
with
through
it.
in your content then.
Yep, exactly. Yeah,
Because
just like it
I
comes through in
that's the
music.
biggest thing I don't like seeing when scrolling through TikTok or seeing YouTube videos, and just how fake all the reaction thumbnails are one thing, but
Right.
like fake reactions or doing the thing to do the thing because it's the thing happening at that time is not it's not genuine. It's not it just or manufacturing stuff to make it appear one way when it's not really like the genuine stuff. I'm I'm tending not to believe 98% of what I see on the internet, and that's probably holds true at this point. It's like, and
But
I feel like that's how we try to be with everybody that listens. Like, we come into this with some ideas of what we want to talk about, but it's really just us just discussing stuff we love.
Yeah, just conversation, just conversation, and yeah, I know what you mean. The thing is a lot of it's not sustainable, right? If you're focused on what's marketable versus actually being yourself,
You'll burn out on it.
it's hard for it to be
Yep.
sustainable. So, um,
We might have to get a few extra episodes in a few different weeks this year, so we can maybe have episode 500 before Christmas and do a meetup like after Thanksgiving. Before we'll have to like plan out the because I want to do that again this year where we get together and all four of us in the same room.
I'm totally with you. That would be awesome because it was a ton of fun. We got to get more. We just need to record nothing but heave ho footage. Like,
Yeah, we do. Do we
that's-
did we ever post that? Because we took
I
footage on either my phone or your phone, and I think I sent it to you. Did we ever post that on the channel?
I'd have to look. I'd have to go back
But
and
yeah, that
look.
was just
It's
us
like,
laughing our asses off for
yeah,
2 days playing that. Like,
right. I'm looking at chat right now. Midfi Senpai said, I chose Mario in a pipe cart, and you'll never guess what happened next. Yes. Yeah, Nate said, OMG, all the creators with this is the best settings for COD. Elevate your game with the best gun setup. That gets so tiring. And then Hitman says the wide open mouth thumbnails, clickbait. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I had fun making my last thumbnail with that Mario Kart jersey on and like just crossing my arms and like I could not be more goofy. Like,
mhm.
but just trying to be like serious, and it's like this is not serious. This is just this is just me being a goofball, you know. But uh, a lot of times that like I might use my cartoon drawing of me instead of my own face or whatever the case may be, and it's like you know what, I'm just going all in on this thing and um just kind of putting myself out there. And like I do got to take a quick sidebar because something really cool happened this morning, and it's totally gaming related. It's just Nate said COD, and it reminded me of so my son is an incredible Call of Duty player, like, and he did a wager today with um I think the guy's name is Havoc, but I can't remember for sure, so don't but he was like the world champ of S&D in COD last year.
Hmm.
I mean, we're talking like the guy streaming it has like 2,500 subs, like this is a legit like COD player. And my son smoked him. And they were uh he plays against my son periodically. And there were points during this match. I watched it. The guy was like, "Yo, this guy is giving us a tutorial right now." like Ethan was smoking him so bad that they were just like at one point they were on the airport level in COD. He
Mhm.
put a predator missile through a side window and was able to hit him. Not and they were all just like, was that for real? Like did that just happen? And so
Hey, we're gonna get
um
COD next year on Switch or
hey, there
Nintendo
you
platform
go.
of whatever. Right? Is that supposed to happen next year?
I mean, the way COD seems to be going with
They need to take a year off of COD if they want to
I
save it,
think they've
I
already
think.
said it's another remake, but for the next year. But yeah, so it'll be hard to say. We don't know anything because nobody can say anything about the second Switch. I think Monster Hunter is going to be on that system potentially, but
Yeah.
they can't. And that's a smart move for Monster Hunter because like put it out on everything including Switch, so they don't take a hit from only being on the console that doesn't have the big install base. So I want to get to the chat a little bit here. Hitman says, I have my issues with mental health, but I've enjoyed when we did the interview and been wanting to test the waters with podcasting in the future. My friend, do it. Like, do it.
It's what I
You,
look forward to every week.
you've got the gear. Like, just put your voice out there. And if any of you guys are thinking about starting, Spotify for podcasters is free. You can set up a feed right now and just make sure you SEO everything, right? And that SEO means search engine optimization. that means if you start a Diablo show, but you want to call it like the Hell's Gates podcast, there's probably going to be a lot of like religious people that find your show and maybe not a lot of Diablo fans. Right as Crawler takes a drink. So um so you'd want to call it like the Hell's Gate Diablo podcast, right? Because that's what people are going to type, Diablo podcast. So it literally, when it comes to, and then every one of your episodes, it's never episode one. It's always like, what could people be talking about or looking, searching for that week? That's what you want to, that's what, how you want to title everything. So there's some quick podcasting tips just so you can get found easier. So Hitman says Nintendo should be getting Rise Son of Rome for the console war victory. Yes. Brian said COD, the Switch game no one asked for. Nintendo should be getting a good new Zelda game. Ooh, there's a hot take. Nate says I just worry about podcasting and getting removed. I love it. I love it. But no, it's just it's outside of all the gaming stuff, the mindset stuff for this year for me has been huge. Oh, did my gameplay die?
Yep.
It's, and just like just the outlook on everything, and a lot more gratitude, and just really being excited about creating. I mean, think back, like we have reviews where people are like, you guys aren't even Nintendo fans because we're like playing Mario Golf and we're trying to find
Getting
some
through the
bit of
rough the
joy.
one rough year of Switch, I feel like.
Yeah. So Hitman says my issues are inconsistent. Chemical imbalances, sleep schedule. One day I'm hot, the other day I'm cold. If it was me just getting started and you've got stuff like that, bro, I would say do one episode a week that like that you can like, worry about putting out. Don't even worry about a schedule right now. If that seems like too much, just do it as you can, and let it grow from there. Let it flow. So
Speaking of podcasting, just seeing Johnny and Cheesy do what they've done this year as well with Communication Error, and just taking that from nothing to something. I think it's been a little over half a year now. They've, I think, just did episode 35 or 36, I think.
Yep.
And the gratitude that they had both to you and me in their last episode was really fun to listen to. And yeah, they got it going with that one. It's fun to listen to.
I love that. Yeah, there's, I mean, and Hitman says, but I enjoy your podcast because it feels like friends just shooting and having fun. And that's really like it. I've been doing this for so long that it used to be like show notes and like, and like the more I I watch people, I'm in the content space. I'm a I'm a marketing director, right? Or the director of marketing for a company. I recently went to like this this big event that like teaches, all of the pro tips for content. And I was like watching some of this stuff and I'm like, these guys are still missing the mark, right? Like it's like they want to come up with processes for everything, and it's like some of it is like just one guy got on stage and he's like they call themselves the Dirt Bags, and it's a podcast about excavating or whatever, like moving dirt around, and they're getting paid, like they're making bank. They pour a bourbon and they just chat. That's it, and
I hope people see the genuineness that we have, and there's things we have blind spots too, but we're all fans, and just like you guys are, and it's like,
not according to our reviews.
Yeah.
Some of our reviews are like they're fake fans. Hey, okay. I got this plumber tattooed on my arm, but so
our rooms speak otherwise, but
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So negative powercast. That's right. My favorite is when it comes to pronunciation. They're like, you said bros. Yeah, Brian was around for some of the first reviews where it was like, always been a good show for a fan cast. Like, what does that mean? So Hitman says, I see the genuineness. Been listening for about 3 years. But COVID years blend in. They do. Yeah, no doubt there. So Well, we kind of mentioned the beginning of the episode, but sometimes we want Josh to finish a game. Cryptic says, I'm 3 stars now
On
on
RPG?
on RPG. Okay. And Hitman
You've
says
been playing Vampire Survivors too. You're working on death.
I have been, yeah, I've been working on that. I haven't looked anything up yet. I'm so confused by that game. Like, even my son who's been playing, he has 90 hours in it or something. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking. Like, I'm finding things he hasn't found yet, or like
And
my uncle's way into it. He's
yeah.
like, I looked up a few things, but didn't want to do too much.
Well, and
Like
I have it on 3 platforms. I have it on Switch. It's on Game Pass, so I have it on Xbox, and then I had it on Steam initially. And Steam just had an update, and I think either a DLC or it was included with the version I had. But there's like Among Us stuff in there now. I haven't dug very deep into it. I don't know if that updated on the Switch or not.
not
Did
yet.
that?
Not Switch and mobile are coming later. It's out. I think it's a $2 DLC, I
Yeah.
believe.
But yeah, I
So
mean, and so I have it on Steam. I haven't. That's what I booted back up earlier this week and did a run or two. But yeah, there's a whole bunch more stuff to, and that was like the main thing in my Steam year in review. Like that's what I played the most of, probably on Steam, and and got a decent amount of Steam achievements in that game as well, because there's a ton of stuff to unlock with that.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can see that being the case. Because I mean, you get achievements on the Switch, but
Yeah,
they don't really unlock much. So yeah, this has not been a great year for me in beating games. Like, I don't know that
you beat. Have you beat one? You beat Wonder, didn't
I
you?
beat Wonder.
You haven't 100%ed it though.
I haven't 100%ed it though. I really want to finish Metroid Prime. Like, I've hardly
Yeah,
touched Metroid Prime. I really want to go through that. I have not finished Xenoblade 3. Like, my backlog is
I have the
extensive
DLC
right
that I've
now.
been putting off because I haven't finished 3 yet, and I need to because I want to
Yeah.
see what they have with Rex and Shulk and all that stuff.
Nate says he's been playing Portal. It's amazing. Yeah,
That was
it's
just
a
on. I think that's on sale right now on Switch. I saw it. It's like super cheap. I thought about buying it, but I have it already. But like being able to play that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Brian said that I finished Metroid Dread. I did. Yeah. Hitman says personal favorite is Prime. Yeah, it's so good.
Was Dread this year?
No, 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 no.
No, Dread was
No,
okay.
Dread was a couple years ago.
The years blend together. I can't keep it all
They do.
straight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt they really do. So but no, I mean, I will finish Wind Waker in 2024. Yes, I know you changed your name in Discord. I was like, who is this? So that's maybe you'll get it. Maybe it'll come to the Switch. You know, you don't
You
have to
haven't
fire
beat
up
Tears
that
of the
TV.
Kingdom yet either.
Tears, no, I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, you need to put some time in on that one.
I know. It's been I've been a slacker. I need to create a spreadsheet of all my backlog, and like, even if I just pick one day a week that I invest like a couple hours and just start chipping away.
Did you buy Pikmin? Did you even start it?
I bought it.
It's still cellophane wrapped?
No,
No?
I
Okay.
opened it.
That one was a good 16, 20 hours or whatever.
Kirby I opened.
100% of it as soon as you put it in the Switch.
Yeah, you know. But did you beat that one this year? The Dreamland Deluxe?
I think I fell off and like
Yeah.
a little bit. The kids were enjoying playing it, so I think they have the cart somewhere over there probably. But
There you go.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have to play nearly as much Ring Fit this year, so that was nice. As much as I did last year. So I got a stack of Switch games I'm kind of just looking at, but yeah. Yeah, it's not been not
Did you end up
great.
buying Atari 50?
I didn't. I need to.
Yeah, because you and your uncle would probably have fun with that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to pick that up. Maybe I'll go out and try to pick that up tomorrow.
Because that's one that you just kind of you put in and it has like videos and stuff to play. So
cool.
like you and your uncle could just sit and like you don't have to play the stuff, but like it's an option after you do it. But it like has a timeline of Atari, and then it has kind of it's like a documentary and a video game collection all in one.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I might go looking for it tomorrow. I feel like it's going to be a little tough to find, but I might be able to find it. We'll just have
Yeah.
to see. So, but I do just want to like, if you guys are interested in this 3DS community events, like let me know in the Discord so that we can get things kind of set up and moving, because April will be here before we know it, and we won't do any of it. I'm thinking probably like a Saturday morning or a Saturday evening kind of thing, maybe something on the weekends. I'm gonna try to be at as many of them as I can, but I do travel a little bit more now, so it's a
We
little bit
were
tougher.
successful during
So
COVID doing that a little bit. That
yeah,
we had 20,
yeah.
sometimes 15, 20 people sitting in Discord chatting and playing and doing stuff.
Yes. And the other thing that I want to start doing is I'm thinking on Wednesday nights, I think I'm going to start jumping in the Discord and doing when I'm doing time trials and just chatting with people, and I might record those conversations for either the Mario Kart podcast, the Dirt, or just for some YouTube videos. So if you want to start getting into the time trials with me and a few others, there's somebody in the Discord that has a 133 with my setup. I'm a 138 right now.
Wow.
So they've knocked 5 seconds off with the pipe cart. So I'm I'm
Are people posting just screenshots, or are they posting the whole race?
just like you have to friend them to like, or they can only do 30 seconds at a time unless they have a capture card.
Yeah.
So and they're just screenshots of his TV. Like he's
Old
just
school
pulling his
Nintendo Power
yeah,
submission style.
yeah, exactly. I love it. So
They had rules on that too. How you had to like they had like tips and tricks for how to take a Polaroid of your TV, or not even a
oh,
Polaroid. I think you had to do with 35 millimeter and go get it developed
right. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
to like not
Exactly.
get the glare on your CRT. And
Yep. Um Cryptic says, doesn't it feel like Fire Emblem came and went after the huge success of Three Houses? It kind of strangely, yes. It it kind of felt overshadowed, or not overshadowed, but just kind of like, I don't think it was quite as well received. Joe
yeah,
says, I would love to, but I don't have a 3DS. I'll join and watch though. Well, I think what may happen, Joe, is if these community days become something that people really enjoy, we might start utilizing like the Nintendo Switch Online, the older, and like people could jump into 4-player Mario Kart 64 or tennis. You know, we can break up into a few different rooms, because I have a feeling this could catch
Tetris 99 rooms we could do as well.
yeah, I think it could catch fire relatively quick, and a lot of people would be interested in just gaming and hanging out and stuff like. So just kind of keep it in the back of your mind. But if it's something you guys want to do for this year, let like make your voice heard in the Discord, because I don't want to put if I don't hear from a bunch of people, I don't want to put the effort into it. But if you guys are interested, um, like yes, I'm going to still stream and things like that, but I can't necessarily stream and then open the voice chat up to everybody, because I could get a troll that comes in and says something super inappropriate and then gets me banned. And
Yep.
so I have to be careful there. But if we're all just chatting in Discord and it's just a troll, we can just mute them and kick
Edit it
them.
out.
So Nate says we need a Jackbox room. Yeah. Yeah, we could try that again, and even doing Among Us it can be fun, and I think that's got more players now, like um which could be just chaos. So I want to have
Josh is a liar. Don't trust anything he says.
I wish that was true. That was a lie right there. So if you believed it, shame on you. You should have believed Crawler. That I just want to have a little bit greater focus on community and just hanging out again, kind of like I feel like we had it for quite a while. I got crazy busy this year. Like this has been it's been nuts, doing stuff for TikTok, and then um doing this other job full time. But um I want to we did the Christmas party last week, and having people jump in and share some of their memories, I was like, I kind of miss this. I miss the like, not everything has to be content all the time. We can just be people and hang out, you know? So, and then I noticed some people doing it. I saw Nate and I think Firestone and Joe all hanging out um, in the Discord. And I was like, this is what we need to be doing. This is, you know, And I would say jump in periodically. We have a few different game rooms and stuff. Like if you got people that you wanna hang with and just chat with, just throw a message up, throw a message up, play some Smash together, whatever the case may be. So yeah, Joe's saying I miss hanging with you guys. Christy says I miss hanging with people. Yes. So we gotta continue this. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope everybody has a happy new year. And we will see you guys. I don't want to say it. It's so
Yeah, we don't need to do it. That's cliche.
okay.
We'll
Bye,
see you next
everybody.
week.
We love you. See you next week.